Okay, lastly, we have Jude, who goes by any and all pronouns. Who said we can do the deck without them. And there's no deck linked. Did I get DM'd by this person? Yes, I did. I recently ordered in my rush. I forgot to put the link to the deck list. Okay, I'll send it here. Okay, Hargild and Wernog. Friends forever. My game plan is to pull out Hargild as early as possible and then crack clues to find my engine of weirdness. I want to get Astral Slide / Alt and a clue mana generator. And then I crack clues, hopefully draw into a cycle cards to flicker Wernog. Okay, so it's an Astral Slide deck. I mostly am interested to hear why did... Oh, no, I did have to duplicate this. Okay, so view options, sort by mana value. I'm curious what your issue is with the deck. I'm curious what your issue is. No, with the deck. No pinger straight up. This deck is barely fitting in my pod's power level as is. Unlike my cross deck, I'm pretty okay with running staples because my strategy is super roundabout. Please don't change the finishers. Please no infinite combos. The closest the deck gets is near infinite by repleting flickers each end step. But I can only do that once per turn on purpose. There's 3 main issues I need to address from highest to lowest priority. I want to make the deck cheaper before buying it IRL. We can do that. I can certainly budget build an Astral Slide deck. In fact, it's one of the cheapest kinds of decks you can build. I know it might not be possible to make cheaper. It is possible to make cheaper. Do not panic. I also have a very hard time combating flyers and pingers as my life gain is non-existent. And my BF is a Rakdos player. Finally, the cycling feels janky as hell, and I want more potential cycling options, but I've looked everywhere. I've avoided too many cycle lands because the deck already sucks early, and more tap lands can't possibly make it better. We can talk about cycling lands and stuff. As a backup and clues, I want to show that eventually even some really jank mechanics can make stupid things work, and that IMO wizards should make more group partners that don't flood the greater partner pool. I think the Friends Forever set is great. I'm working on putting together multiple decks from them. Okay, so I guess let's just kind of peep out everything we have going on here. I imagine I'll have a lot of criticisms if we're having like clunky issues. I like the mirror form. That's a lot of fun. Surveil X, where X is the number of artifacts you control. Then draw 3. It is an instant. I think it is too slow. Also, let's sort by price because you want to make this deck cheaper. We can certainly do that. So we're proxying lands is what was said. Panharmonicon sucks. Preston is not required by any stretch of the imagination, and neither is Delny. I need you to trust me with these cuts, please. They are good cards, but for their price point, they are not required. I like Urza here. Spellseeker, I think, is non-negotiable. Instead of Idyllic Tutor, we can talk about some alternatives. Yeah. Kindred Discovery does not need to be in this list. Like already we've cut this deck's budget in like smithereens. All right, I keep all the rest of this stuff though. All right. So you are dying to Rakdos very often. For me, beep, 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 rewind. Please no infinite combos. Okay. You should be running. Oh, you already have Angel Song. Curious. So you do the Spellseeker Archaeomancer bullshit. What sorcerers do we have? We have Step Through. Okay, so we're doing the Step Through wizard shit. We also have Moonblessed Cleric to get Astral Slide. Okay, so I'm going to give you Teferi's Ageless Insight. Please stick with me. This card's very bad. What the fuck is this printing? Okay. Please stick with me. Teferi's Ageless Insight. Lauren of the Third Path, because having a artifact blower upper is really strong. And then we're going to go solitary confine. Wait, we make clues. We don't even need to run to Fairy's Ageless Insight. Okay, so here's the joke. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to you. And you draw cards off of the clues that Warnog makes. And you can cycle and flicker and trigger Warnog multiple times. In too deep. Oh, it's funny, sure. And then we need Perplex. So Perplex is our worldly idyllic tutor replacement. Perplex is uncounterable, unlike idyllic tutor. You shouldn't counter tutors anyway, but Perplex can get solitary confinement. Perplex can get astral slide, astral drift, or Candlekeep Stage. But also, Perplex can go ahead and reach for creatures as well. So you can get things like Moonblessed Cleric and Lauren and Spellseeker, whatever the fuck you need. So that's just killer. I do not like to Transit Mage here. Demure Machinations. Why are we running Why are we running Perplex? This is like the infinitely better 3-mana transmute option. I don't know why we're not on Omen Hawker, which does the activated ability stuff, but way better than that one does, right? This is 1 for 2. You could also run Pit Automaton. Pit Automaton makes... You can use it for cycling, just like Omen Hawker. And then it's a 0-4 defender. Those are both better than what you were running there. I don't like Fortune when Soul Herder exists. Like, Soul Herder's right there, and it's just, like, so much better than Fortune. Feed the Swarm in an Esper deck. It should be a war crime. You should be arrested. Sure. Sorry, what is the deck trying to do? It's trying to be like controlling with clues and then, you know, just like clue everyone out with Tangle Grove Kelp, and then Solitary Confinement's kind of a prison-y aspect. Mirror Form makes all these artifact tokens you're making into a bunch of creatures that are the biggest, scariest thing on board. There's a lot of things this deck does. I think I would like to see a Cyberdrive Awakener. I think this has gotten reprinted where it's actually cheap now. Yep. Cyberdrive Awakener. Very strong card for a clue deck. Although you said not to change up the finishers too much. So consider it. You don't have to run it at all, but it's something to consider. I see, though, that we're already on Rise and Shine, so it's a good side grade to that. So I'm not going to put it in the actual deck, but like it is a card that should be on your radar, Jude. So Rise and Shine should have a Muddle the Mixture to go with it. Because now Muddle the Mixture is 3 mana, get Rise and Shine, and then you can Rise and Shine for the other like 9 that you need. Or the other 6 if you're 9 mana and make all of your artifacts into 4/4s that kill your opponent. Or you can just like segment it across 2 turns. I don't think I like Pitiless Carnage as much as I would like draw a card for each artifact you control. Honestly, I wanted to put Tez in your deck. The 6 mana one. I forgot the name of it. Master of the Bridge. Not this version of it, but... Oh my god, it's still $20 regardless of how you slice it. Holy shit. My fault. Don't add that card. Okay, Malakir Rebirth's really good, but it's too expensive. I'm mostly just iffy about the budget of this deck. I mean, it's mostly just from the lands, I guess, which you're going to proxy anyway, so... Alright, I would go with Parting Gust. Right, this is a protection spell that also... Okay, you already know. You already know, or my fault. You can instead do Touch the Spirit Realm, which is very similar. It has a removal mode, but it also has like a normal kind of mode. Dispatch. Very strong removal spell in an artifact deck like this. And then we need some more lands. Let's get Lorien. Right, this is a tap land, kind of, but it cycles. Oh, you already have it. Ignore me, I'm an idiot. I guess we do Troll of Khazad-dûm and Eagles of the North. These are all cycler cards, right? So that buffs up the lands a little bit. You should be on Ash Barrens. Ash Barrens, this is cycling. And you can still have it enter untapped. Ew. I know it's a clue, but ew. Ugly. How far would you go in cycling lands for a deck like this? I would go kind of hard. Honestly, I do think it is a problem that we need. We should be running one more of each of these. Let's also put you on Toxic Deluge. This is entirely for Perplex. Toxic Deluge can get grabbed by Perplex, which is really stupid, broken, strong. Is Undercity Seers needed without fetches? It is a good card to have. And we do have fetches. You're just blind. We definitely at least had one. Anyway, type land O cycling. Because I do think you have a glut of cycling lands that we could probably expand on. First things first, Contaminated Landscape. You're not actually going to end up cycling this one that much, but it is just good fixing. And then honestly, I'm putting Remote Isle. And then all the dual typed ones in. Actually, let's just put those two in. I do agree that I'm a little wary of tap lands, so maybe just don't go too hard on those. We have 2 more slots to play around with. I want you to run 1 waterlogged teaching. Because waterlogged teachings can get you Perplex, which can then get you your Astral Slide, and then it's also just a land, so that's a little fun. Let's do O:cycling, and I'm just going to start jamming all the cards that I feel are like worth running. The answer, there's not going to be a lot of them, but maybe. Minus T land. So now we can look at all the cyclers. Cycling one is very good. Unearth. Only works with one of your commanders. Miscalc's pretty good. Could run Voldalkin Aether Mage. It's not as good as Step Through, though. It's, I don't know, 3 cycling is just so much more than 2. Wow, green really has all the good cycling cards, don't they? There's a 2-mana kill spell. O-tag, removal. Yeah, Gallant Strike, destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater. I think is pretty good. Do we have / need Fluctuator? No, we do not need Fluctuator. Fluctuator is pretty bad. And I guess we'll kind of see if this is enough removal. Honestly, I'm going to cut Fake Your Own Death and Deadly Dispute. And I kind of want to run more... not Pillow 40 cards. I don't know. Something feels like it's missing. What is that, though? I actually like the ramp in this deck despite the 2-mana commander because it is nice to have all the spare mana laying around for cycling. Street Wraith, maybe? Yeah, Street Wraith's just kind of a free brawl, isn't it? Bagugu Bug. Bagugu Bug. Plains, 1-2. Nog. Each opponent may investigate. We're going to pretend that we're the only person to ever investigate. Where's Clue? There's Clue. Does this deck run Mirkwood Bats? No, but also I think we were told under no terms, like uncertain terms, do not change the finishers in the deck. So anyway, here's Felia. Just control an island or swap, which we do neither. So we can tap 1 Ash Baron, cycle, get Swamp, and then attack with Felia, Flicker, Werenog, Clue. Counter. Spellseeker, get Ephemerate. Drown Catacombs down, turns untapped. 1-2, Pit Automaton. We can tap not like a moron, by the way. Angel of the Ruins, get a Plains. Honestly, let's get Irrigated Farmland. Okay. Ephemerate, Spellseeker twice. Angel Song, Muddle. Blue, 1, Muddle. Rise and Shine. 1-2, Arcane Signet. 1-2, Parting Gust, Werenog, attack with Felia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or for just 4. Land for turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rise and Shine with Overload. These are all now 4/4 creatures. Why did I am an idiot. We could have done this slightly more efficiently because I don't know why I got Muddle with Spellseeker to get Rise and Shine when I could have just tutored Rise and Shine. So let that be known. But anyway, here's 8. Here's 7 4/4s coming at you. I think I would like to see a Perplexing text in your deck. Just like return all non-token creatures to their hands, and then you untap, upkeep, draw, and then you can do your fucking overloaded bullshit Rise and Shine, right? Right, this clears the way for all of your funny creatures. You could also just do normal ass evacuation, which might even be better. Oh, also, you can do loops with Perplexing Test, where like you Perplexing Test with Archaeomancer, and this is a loop. Because this is a non-token creature that you return to your hand, and then the non-token creature picks up the Perplexing Test and then does it again. Probably better than Aetherize, in my opinion, the Perplexing Test. All right, Playtest. Discard. Draw. Tap land. Next turn. Watergrave. Arcane Signet. Next turn. 1, 2. Angel of the Ruins. Get a Plains. Godless Shrine. Shock it in. 1, 2. Werenog. Make a Clue. Next turn. Uthros. Probably don't tap the 5-color source. Anyway, into Deep Recruiter. Moonbless Cleric. Get Astral Drift or Slide. 1, 2, sack this draw. Astral Drift, 1, 2. Or I guess you do 1, 2, touch the Spirit Realm on Wernog. That leaves, you get a clue token. It re-enters, you get a clue token. You crack this one, you draw a card. Omenhawker. Next turn, Glacial Fortress enters untapped. And then here you can go 1, 2, 3, Astral Drift. 1, 2, 3, Soul Herder, Flickers Wernog, get 2 more clues. Draw a card off one of them. This is a little slow. I think Avatar's Wrath might go. And I think it goes for wins. With the simple reason being that Winds of Abandon is a board clear that is also tutorable by Spellseeker. And then maybe you go like no Haunt the Network. Put in Spectacular Pile Up. Because this is a board clear with cycling. So you can use it to trigger your Astral Slide stuff. Or it can just like, even through Avacyn and stuff like that. Because right now I do feel like there's a glut of cycling cards that just like we need to fill. I'm going to run a Hieroglyphic Illumination. Another Plane Cycler. Maybe that's slightly too much. Yeah, not a lot of other options that are particularly needed. At least up here. I generally feel bad about 3 mana removal now. Like maybe Countervailing Winds is okay. Yeah. That looks about right. So 2 cuts. Like maybe it's like these 2 out, but they're explosive in very fun ways. We already make so many clues with our commander. I don't know if we need much interrogating. Ruthless Technomancer. I mean, it's good with like Karnstructs. But it's just like a random ass 4 drop. I don't know. Would I keep this hand? Yes. It's tentative, but yes. Omenhawker. Cycle Step Through for Spellseeker. Undercity Sewer Surveil 1. Top. Pass. 1. 1, 2. White, black. Wernog. Draw a card. Also make a clue. I would just crack the clue right now. Okay, great. Next turn, island. We only have one white source, which is a little annoying, but... Oh, no, we have a second one. Huzzah. 1, 2, 3. Spellseeker. Spellseeker always grabs Ephemerate. White, Ephemerate, Wernog. Not only make 2 clues, but also draw 2 cards. And then this comes back. Or well, let's flicker Wernog with Touch the Spirit Realm. Draw another 2 cards. And another 2 clues. And then we get the rebound Ephemerate. Hit Wernog. Draw another 2 cards. Next turn. Well, there's Rise and Shine. Here's Uthros. 1, 2, 3. Soul Herder. Flicker Wernog. Make another 2 clues. Draw another 2 cards. Discard. Are you trying to kill me? Here, have a clue. And then you get to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 6 mana. Overload, Rise, and Shine. Surprise! Here's a bunch of 4/4s. Bad news for you too, pal. But we're gonna go ahead and deploy our... You can also Toxic Deluge first. Wait, holy shit. And then now these are all 4/4s. So someone dies. Feels pretty good. Okay, here's what I'm going to hit you with. Maybe don't run the diary, which seems insane, and also don't run the journal. If you like these cards, I understand, but let me pitch you on a couple other ones. Most notably is going to be Court of Vantress. Right. Enters, you become the monarch. During your upkeep, choose up to 1 other target enchantment or artifact. If you're the monarch, you make a copy of it. If you are the monarch, you may create a token that's a copy of it. If you're not, you just have this become a copy of it. So, pretty decent card in your Enchantment Matters deck, where you can start like copying, you know, astral drifts and slides and stuff. So now when you cycle, you actually flicker 2 things each time. Like, that's pretty fun. And then Shadow of the Second Sun. So Shadow of the Second Sun makes your upkeep happen on your end step. Also gives you all this mana to crack clues with, right? Because you untap all your lands. You can use instants with that mana as well. And then you can start making copies of Shadow of the Second Sun with Court of Vantress. So you can start getting exponential upkeeps on your end step because you have Shadow of the Second Sun, you play Court of Vantress. Upkeep on the end step, you get a second Shadow of the Second Sun. Next turn, you have 2 upkeeps. So now you have 4. Now you have 4 upkeeps. You have 8. So this is exponential upkeeps. Do note that Solitary Confinement is a really bad non-bow with all these extra upkeeps. So if you're trying to do a Solitary Confinement game plan, maybe don't play the Shadow. Just a thought. This is a big non-bow. But I think it is worth having both. If you think about it, Solitary Confinement also gives you infinite upkeeps because it keeps you alive forever. So this one is a 1 card, but also you should just be on both, I think. Even though they do not work well with each other at all, be careful. Anyway, thank you for getting a deck review. I think this one's pretty set, though. Like, it already had Spellseeker bullshit. Like, of course I'm going to like it already. Thank you for getting a deck review so much, though.